Topic 14, Strategies for Growth and Managing the Implications of Growth. At the end of this topic, students will be able to know the possible growth opportunities, understand the implications and challenges of business growth on a national economy, understand the strategic planning skills, and recognize the importance of time management. Growth is a natural phenomenon, both for individuals and organizations. Growth is a positive issue, but with it comes certain challenges and restructuring to cope up with the changes. The pace with which a venture grows should synchronize with the growth of management and employees for better coordination. First and foremost, growth opportunities should be identified and utilized. A business which is static will lose its customers and soon driven from the market by the competitors. Then challenges related to such growth should be tackled, for which a strategic planning by the top management will help as they look at the organization as a whole with a big picture effect. Time management is very crucial in a growth process, as time lost is like money lost or an opportunity lost. For all this, certain reorganization within the management is necessary to achieve the goals and objectives of the enterprise. Growth opportunities. This is an important part of an entrepreneur's future goals and planning. For those who choose to grow their venture, it is necessary to be prepared for growth and to understand its implication. Penetration strategies. It is to grow by encouraging existing customers to buy more of the firm's current products, and this can be made possible with encouraging more frequent repeat purchases and thereby penetrating an existing market further into the market. Market development strategies. It is to grow by selling the firm's existing products to new groups of customers. The categories could be new geographical market. This is to sell in new locations. It could be new demographic market, that is to offer the same product to different demographic groups. New product use, that is to find new uses of an existing product and provide insight into how new groups of buyers can use them. Product development strategies. It is to grow by developing the selling the new products to people who are already purchasing the firm's existing products. And it is a chance to capitalize on existing distribution system and on the corporate reputation the firm has with these customers. Diversification strategies. It is to grow by selling a new product to a new market, either through backward integration, that is a step back in the value add chain towards the raw materials, or by forward integration, that is a step forward in the value added chain towards the customer. What are the implications and challenges of growth for the firm? The growing of a business can provide the entrepreneur more power to influence firm performance, but as the firm grows, challenges arise from the following pressures. Pressures on existing financial resources. Managing cash flows is important in all stages: startup stage, growth stage, and development stage, and also expansion stage. There could also be pressures on human resource. As the venture grows, there will almost always be a need to hire new employees. One of the difficult decisions for an entrepreneur is to make of firing of incompetent employees. This should be done on a fair employee evaluation process. When employees tend to complain on heavy workloads, it should be considered seriously. Pressures on marketing skills can also happen. As the company grows, it will need to develop new products and services to maintain its distinctiveness in a competitive market. And this should be an ongoing process based on information regarding changing customer needs and competitive strategies. There could also be pressures on inventory control. Efficient electronic data interchanges, that is EDI, between the producers, the wholesalers and retailers can enable these firms to communicate with each other. Linking the needs of a retailer to the wholesaler and producer allows for fast order entry and response. These systems also allow the firms to track shipments internationally. Transportation mode selection can also be important in inventory management. Now comes the strategic planning skills. Planning is actually a continual process, particularly in a rapidly changing environment. A strategic plan is for 3 to 5 years that includes all functions of an organization. The outline for a good strategic plan should be as follows: the business mission, situation analysis, internal environmental analysis, that is the strengths and weaknesses, external environmental analysis, that is the opportunities and threats, goal formation, strategy formation, formation of programs to meet goals, implementation, feedback and control. At the growth stage of a venture, there is a need to change the organization culture. This is internal venture atmosphere based on employee attitudes. Some of the important guidelines to culture change during the growth involve the following. Communicate all matters to key employees. Trust and understanding by employees is important so that their roles and responsibilities during this stage of business is very clear. To be a good listener. Learn what's on the minds of your employees and what you would do if they ran the company. Be willing to delegate responsibility. The entrepreneur cannot always be available to access every management decisions. So give key employees the flexibility to make decisions without the fear of failure. Also provide feedback consistently and regularly. And provide continuous training to key employees. And they in turn will able to train others in the organizations. Seminars, coursework or internal training programs can also be very important in enhancing the capability of employees as the venture grows, that is to update the knowledge. Emphasize results to key managers with incentive built in to encourage them to train and delegate within their roles. Maintain a focus by establishing a mission with goals and using consensus in management decision making. And also establish a we spirit, not a me spirit, in meetings and memoranda to employees. Creating a positive culture in the venture can enhance the opportunities to achieve success during difficult times as the venture begins to grow. The entrepreneur with well-developed working organization can then devote more time to longer-term strategic issues. Now comes the importance of time management. Time is an entrepreneur's most precious and yet limited resource. It is a unique quantity which cannot be stored, rented, hired or bought. It is perishable and also irreplaceable. Though it is required at all stages, it is very critical during the growth stage. Time management is the process of improving individuals' productivity through more efficient use of time. The principle implies that the key to effective time management is prioritizing the items that should be accomplished in any particular time period. The benefits of time management based on certain factors related to increased productivity, more job satisfaction, improved interpersonal relations, reduced time anxiety and tensions, and better health. There are some basic principles of time management. The principle of desire. The need to change personal attitudes and habits regarding the allocation of time. The principle of effectiveness. To emphasize on the most important issues. Principle of analysis. to analyze current time management and how to use it better. The principle of teamwork. Time does not belong to the individual completely. It has to be shared with others. The principle of prioritized planning. Allocate the time according to the priority or importance of the work. The principle of reanalysis. Periodically to make analysis of the process of time management. So if all these factors are taken care of, the challenges and the obstacles related to growth can be well managed. That would be the end of our topic 14, and we should be moving on to topic 15, assessing resources for growth from external sources. Thank you.